I'm like, Kevin? And then all of a sudden, you see the baseball bat cross across the screen. We don't know if it was Mike or Kevin. And then we're done with Emily, and Emily's lying on the floor knocked out. Then we'll do another shot where we actually see that it is Kevin. That's the end of the film. That's perfect. It's so good.
That was me back in 1999. I was a senior in high school. We had 24 hours to think of a story, storyboard, shoot, edit, and show our class the film.
We all knew what we wanted to do, not really how we were going to get there, but we were going to figure that out sort of later.
Kevin? More whiplash in your neck. That's kind of like...
After high school, I bought a camera with all my graduation money. I then started shooting sports highlight videos to stay active, and that led to shooting live concerts. And the money I made from those, I was able to buy better equipment. All of this activity proved beneficial.
So I was starting in Michigan. Mike unfortunately didn't get in, and that left us in kind of a strange spot because we'd always planned on making films together in Michigan, and that really wasn't going to happen anymore. And so he sort of took a month to think about what he was going to do, where he was going to go, and that's when he found Columbia.
It was the fall of 2002, and Mike and I had been dating for a couple of months, and he asked me to Chicago with him, and I said yes.
I remember actually when I helped Mike move in to a Chicago apartment, and I remember this, and we have footage of it, this instance we were driving down LaSalle admiring the whole Board of Trade in downtown area, and
Type Off was my first 16mm film. We had a Bolex, 3 lights, and black and white reversal film. I then called Greg Tonner and Lon Strickland and got both of them on board.
So despite being at 2 separate locations, we were still on the same path. When Mike was working on his first 16mm film, I was working on mine. I can remember just going out to Chicago and acting in Type Off, and he coming out to Michigan on the train, and while he's doing Breadwinner and helping me edit my film Buy Now, Pay Later. So we kept the collaboration going during this entire collegiate period.
Do it.
Hey, Park, run back!
Keep going. Ah! Yell ah and shake your head side to
side. Immediately after Type Off, Mike had asked me to assistant direct with him on Breadwinner. We had 30 plus crew members. We did 63 shots in 6 hours.
So going from a crew of me, Greg, my girlfriend as a script soup, and one other person, we now had an actual production.
I quit my job in 2005 to help build a music video set, and then we traveled to and from Chicago to Wisconsin, building the set from scratch. We worked 8 16-hour days straight, from putting up the walls to the drywall to doing all the painting, the plastering, everything.
We had 60 plus crew members. That meant we had to deal with getting transportation to and from Chicago to Milwaukee, dealing with hotel and lodging,
rental houses, insurance companies,
writing contracts, and dealing with the band's ego.
It's kind of funny how that came full circle, being rejected from U of M and then getting the music video into one of their festivals. Not only that, but a film I edited for Greg Tonner also got in. So out of 9 shorts total, we had 2 of them in.
Because the music video was completely independent from school, it allowed us to have the confidence to tackle even larger projects, which led us to Burden.
I'm sitting in class and my teacher asked me what my next project is going to be. And I told him, I want to shut down a city block of Chicago and do an alien invasion film. He laughed at me. Everybody laughed at me. I never felt so small in my life, yet it really pissed me off, so I went to the Illinois Film Office and said, how do I shut down a city block?
We weren't shooting inside a cozy little warehouse anymore. We were shooting out on 4 city blocks, and we had 45 PAs we needed to help us lock the set down, and we had to reroute buses and deal with tourists.
My goal with Burden being my last student film was let's do everything we'd never done before. Closing down city blocks, working with 300 plus extras, 60 visual effects shots, wire work, stunts. If it's not a challenge, why do it?
Background action.
I have stories to tell, and I've made a life commitment to film.